Hey, hey guys, how's it going? How you doing? You see these guys behind me? I think they're dead. They're part of my crew. We crash landed just over yonder, and I think they died of dysentery shortly after we'd gotten here. Anyways, I got something to show you. Okay, let's come on over here. We're gonna check out this ship here. See this ship here? This is one of my first ships. It's a mining ship. Looks ugly, has way too many thrusters, way overzealous on the batteries, and well, I didn't realize when I built this ship just how complex Space Engineers was. For a sandbox game, this is there's a lot more physics and complexities and variables you gotta look at here. Okay. It's not just like your average sandbox game where you just go in and just go all willy-nilly and just start doing all kinds of crazy stuff and be okay. No, this one's not like that now. It's more dialed in. It's more all scientific-like. And as I'm growing and building my terminology and understanding of how exactly this game works and its builds and certain things, I'm actually beginning to like it a whole lot more because it demands more attention and, well, eventually it starts to grow on you. But anyways, you don't need this many thrusters on the ship. I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna have a ton of thrusters, I'm gonna go really fast, I'm gonna shoot up to space like it's gonna happen. And no, that's not. All that did was just add a bunch of unnecessary weight that I didn't need. And then including the batteries, like, come on, there's like 5 batteries on this tiny ship. You don't need 5 batteries on a ship this small in Space Engineers. It doesn't work. All that does is add tons and tons and tons of weight that just doesn't really help you. It does not help your situation at all. For instance, even though I have 5 batteries on this ship, that doesn't mean I have ultimate power and I'm gonna last for days and days and days and I can go on a month-long journey in this ship. It doesn't work like that. So I only have an hour's worth of time because of all the weight and the other variables and things that I was talking about. And that's okay, as long as I don't plan on doing a lot with this ship. I can still ore or mine a few ore deposits and be okay there within that time frame. But I'm trying to learn to be a little more simplified and minimalistic and only building on what I actually need, rather than trying to just pile a whole bunch of stuff and expecting it to just be what I want it to be, because Space Engineers does not work like that. It's not going to let you do that. You got to be all scientific and stuff. But it's good that you build when you first start out. It's okay, and it's still good to build ugly things like this. Look at this thing. It's hideous. Why would you do that? Look at the butt on that thing. Jeez. Anyways, so these are still functional ships and they still fly and whatnot, but I mean, look at the legs on that thing. So as you make these builds, you start to develop an understanding of what it actually is that you need and what you don't need, and so on and so forth. For instance, like these legs here aren't really complementing this ship well at all. It's like the reason why I couldn't wrap this all the way to where it's rounded, like, say, let's go to this ship over here. See here, around this piston, my landing gear, it's actually wrapped completely and it looks a lot better, as well as the thruster here and this ejector. But here I couldn't do that because, see, these thrusters are in the way from me being able to wrap this, and then this thruster as well as wrapping this side. So then you got this funky look and you're like, why did I do that? This makes no sense. And then again, the overabundance of unnecessariness. Anyways, we're gonna go on back over here to this ship here. I do love this rover though. This is by far my best build. But I'm constantly learning. You constantly learn from all your builds because your mind, when you look at it, you start to get a sense of what you could have done, what you could do better, and your builds start to get more efficient and whatnot. So anyways, the reason why I wanted to show you this ship here is because of the placement I put these drills is actually super convenient for clearing terrain. Yes, very nice. So anyways, we're gonna go ahead and jump up in this ship here. Whee! We're gonna hit the unlock and we're gonna take off way up in the sky. Way up here. I'm gonna stop right there, change my camera angle because I want to show you a few things here. And then, alright, so when you're building, you'll probably find that grouping things is super convenient. You gotta group stuff. Make your life so much easier. So my thrusters are grouped, my batteries are grouped, my drills are grouped, my lights are grouped, so on and so forth, whatever you have on your ship, turrets, whatever. So anyways, what that does is it enables me to put on my hotbar the convenience of being able to turn my lights on, all of them on and off with the click of a button because they're all grouped together. And so my drills are grouped together, so when I put them on the hotbar here, I just toggle that block on and off, but it controls all four of them because they're all grouped, right? Convenient. And then 3 is the terrain clearing mode, and 4 is the injector, because there might be stuff that you just don't want on your ship. So the ejector is actually super convenient when you're mining, because if you don't want a whole bunch of stone clogging up your inventory, all I have to do is turn that on, and then what that does is I go in here, and this sorter here that's just behind that ejector there, connected to my cargo, will only allow stone through. So I've whitelisted stone. So then when the ejector, wherever that's at, the right here, yeah, okay, there we go, the ejector is set to throw out, collect all, and throw out. So but it's only going to be able to collect all and throw out what this sorter allows it to, because it's in between the ejector and my cargo. Sorters are very convenient. And you can also use a production management before you can get that script out of the workshop that also allows you to control the flow of things, which is also super convenient. And so anyways, let me see here. Let me go. That production management is actually a script by DJ *********55. Say that super fast a whole bunch of times. It's ridiculous. Anyways. And then also another good one is Automatic LCDs by MM Masters. That is super convenient as well. But I'm not going to go into all those technicalities because right now we're just focused on this drill setup. So anyways, back to what else. So what is that talking about? Okay, yeah, okay. Now, so we're going to go on. Done talking about that stuff. Event controllers are super convenient as well. I use a lot of event controllers for different things on my ships and base, like my connectors when I'm connected to a dock. the event controllers would tell things like all my thrustles will automatically shut off because I have them grouped together. All my batteries will automatically go into recharge mode. And then when I disconnect, it'll do the opposite. So the batteries will go into auto, and then the thrustles will come on, lights, whatever, so on and so forth. It's convenient, so you don't have to manually do all that. So learning how to use event controllers and timers and things such as that is in this game is super convenient. Especially when you get further into designing and building bigger ships and like mining facilities and all the things to make your life convenient, so you're not like, oh my god. Anyways, so here we are. This is the cobalt and iron, and we're going to mine this out for the convenience. So let me show you here. I'm gonna change my camera angle so you can actually see what I'm doing here. Alright. So if I want more room in here to be able to mine these things, I don't want to be like, I don't want my ship to be, I'm going to fix my artificial horizontal line here. So I don't want to have to be like coming down and just be all straight up and down like this, trying to dig in, because you take the chance of not paying attention. And if you're not paying attention to your artificial horizontal down there in the right hand of your hotbar HUD, whatnot, you're gonna end up flopping your ship, especially when you start adding weight, and it's gonna be super inconvenient because then you're gonna realize that you forgot to bring hydrogen canisters, and then you're gonna have to walk home because your ship's upside down and everything's just all, you don't even want to go there. I don't even want to talk about it. It sounds like a pain just talking about it. So anyways, don't let your ship flop. So we're going to go over here, we're going to come down here, and we're going to turn on our drills and turn on terrain clearing mode. And this is one of the reasons why I like this drill setup so much, is if I run into a wall from the side, like so, if I just run into this wall, it'll actually protect my ship from taking damage on that side, because the drill sticks out further than my ship. So with this setup, if you're trying to clear areas in this mode, you can literally just go side to side. You don't have to like turn your ship here, go forward, turn, go forward, turn, go forward. The drills on the side actually help it be convenient to just go side to side like this, so you can clear area out faster without having to really turn your ship. But you still have to pay attention to your horizontal line. And I'm, for the most part, still vertical, so I'll go down a little bit if I want, and I'll start working this way, so on and so forth, and start working this way, and then start working, maybe I want to make a circle, so I'll just slightly turn the ship, and I'll just shraft to the side, turn a little bit, shraft to the side, turn a little bit. So anyways, and then, same thing if I want to, well, I'm like way uncoordinated here. We go, oh, there we go, okay, oh, wait, no, okay, there we go. We're gonna turn off terrain clearing mode. We're gonna go up to this ore. We're gonna start taking some of this ore. So, in this, you can also move just side to side. You don't necessarily need to like move your ship, go forward, move your ship, go forward. I mean, who wants to do that? The point is try to make things convenient. As you get further into this game, you can actually just start building automated drones that do this kind of thing for you. But we're not that far yet, so we have to do everything ourselves. So here we are, we're just going back, just turning slightly, and then if I get too far, or I'm not paying attention, or I run into this wall, it just starts drilling. Doesn't really damage the ship, and then I can turn into it even, like so. And it just makes for a wider area of drilling. And also, honestly, if I was in terrain clearing mode with this, I haven't tried it yet, but I would bet on it probably working if I was to turn on terrain clearing mode and I could go straight. Then I could literally burrow through the side of this mountain without worrying about my ship getting damaged. Actually, I just might try that. Anyways, moving left, check that. We're gonna move left, see how much ore we got here. So we got 64.7k of nickel. Got a ton of stone we need to get rid of. 99.9k of iron. So we're gonna go ahead and back off a little bit. And I'm gonna turn on my ejector and it's gonna start shooting out all that stone that we've collected into a big old pile down there. Yes. So, anyways, I'm gonna try something real quick. Let's just give this a shot. So with the drill placement, if I were to also go into, let's shut 4 down, go into terrain clearing, I'm just gonna go straight into this mountain and see what happens. So go here, go straight in. I'm not gonna change my, might change my horizontal so it's a little flatter. But we're just gonna keep this here. Just keep going straight in. I'm terrain clearing a bunch of nickel, but good thing there's just massive amounts of ore everywhere, so I don't have to worry about whether or not I'm wasting something. So anyways, this is another convenience of having these drills on the side, is because I can literally just keep moving forward and not have to worry about damaging my ship or whatnot as I'm going into this mountain. Backing your way out might be a different story, but as long as you're not going up or down. See what I mean? So we've created ourselves a giant hole without actually damaging the ship, and the drill placement on the side tremendously helps with that. So I'm going to go in a little further actually. Here we go. I'm going to go in here. We're just gonna drill all the way to China. Ooh, I like the lighting effect for those spotlights. Another thing is, if you put the spotlights actually vertical, the lines may not be necessarily visible. But anyways, we're not going to keep going that way. We're just going to go ahead and back out. And then also, like I was saying, I could use my hotbar and shut the lights off for more dramatic effect if I want to scare my passengers. But anyways, so we're going to go ahead and come out of this hole here. And that pretty much sums up the example of what I wanted to show. The convenience of this drills was mainly that. The side-to-side shafting and the ability to bore through a planet without actually damaging the sides of your ships because of the placement of the drills. Let's go ahead and head back. I'm going to drop off all this ore. And I can fill my cargoes up entirely. I definitely didn't come close this time, but I can fill this entire cargo up without being too heavy at all. And again, like your thrusters and batteries, and they're all gonna have a part in that. but it's really good to note all the different specs of everything that you're building onto a ship once you get further and start understanding more about it, because then you can dial in exactly what you need and what you need only to be sufficient without being over encumbered or overzealous about certain things. Anyways, let's land this baby. We're gonna land real fast and just crash right on top of that connector. Yeah. The ship actually and its thrusters looks really cool at night. I like it. I need to fix my horizontal line. Oh, too far. Oh, there we go. Okay. Let's go. Really, it doesn't take very long to land your ship. It doesn't. Not very hard at all. Once you get the feel and you use finesse and you understand the finesse. I tend to get a little too perfectionist about things, but
docking successful, Commander. You've earned a Kenneth Klein Cola.
That doesn't matter.
Looking forward to your return on
Not
board.
to you anyway. So anyways, so that was that. I'll show you the hot bars on this real quick. So this, I have the my lock and wheel and the camera, so you can set cameras in different places on your ships and whatnot. But on this one in particular, if I disconnect, I actually have timers and event controllers a lot more on my rover, because what I want it to do is raise the suspension up all the way when I disconnect, and then I can also decrease that by my hotbar 1, so then the suspension goes down when I reconnect. And then I have a camera that allows me to see where I'm at as far as lining up the connector. So if I disconnect, it'll raise up, and then I can do whatever, drive. Well, I gotta take it out of park, obviously. I've been flying too many ships, they don't have park. Anyway, so then if I wanna park, I'll check this camera right here. And about right there is center. Where do we go? Right there. About right there is center. So now let me get out of that camera view, and then I'll go back down to this view. And then I'll just keep pressing 1, and that lowers my suspension. And then my suspension will go back up though. If I see, it'll start going up. And that's because it's set on a timer. And I wanted to do that to make sure that when I'm out and about, I don't get high centered on anything, which shouldn't technically happen anyways because of the wheels I have in the center of the front and rear wheels. But you never know. Things happen. And then I also have event controllers for if I end up driving off the side of a cliff, that I have parachutes on this thing that'll protect it from, obviously, protect me from falling to my death. But anyways, we're gonna go all the way down here.
Docking successful, Commander. You've earned a Kenneth Klein Cola.
Oh, I
Looking
understand.
forward to your return on board.
Anyways, so the last thing I want to show you here for this video is the drill arms on this crazy looking ship right here. So the reason why I like these drill arms a lot is if I'm up in space and I'm on an asteroid and I don't want to really move my ship around, and I just want my ship to sit stationary while I'm penetrating an ore deposit, I can, let me disconnect, go forward, and I'm just going to fly straight up. And then we're going to go to our other menu here. One thing I like about this too is the camera on the front. If I go into my camera It's a mod by Digi in the workshop as well, but this camera can pan. It can pan here, pan there, up, right. But also the best part I like about this is the fact that I can zoom in so far. So if I was in a war zone or whatever given situation, if I was in a ship and I was just scouting around and I wanted to spy on something to make sure there wasn't any danger on it before I actually got too close, you know, so I don't lose my head, I can zoom in really far, like really far. I was actually surprised about the amount of you can zoom in on this. And then you can check things out, and then you can zoom back into your ship. That's really cool. Anyways, let me show you these arms real quick. So we're gonna come over here. So if I want to sit in front of an ore deposit and I don't really want to worry about moving my ship around, but I still want to get as much ore as I can, all I gotta do is go into my second hotbar here, and on 1 and 2 is my piston control. So if 1 is already on, so if I press 2 I can reverse, maybe stop, maybe go back on, maybe stop, go back on, depending on how deep I need to go at the moment. And then I can reverse those as well. But we're gonna go ahead and stop right there. And then on 3 I have rotors. So I can come here, I can go here, or I can speed things up and go all the way around. And come back to 0, go here. And then I have my hinges, so I can go up or I can go down. So I can penetrate this ore deposit without even moving my ship quite a bit. And it actually saves time, because then if I need to, all I have to do is just move forward, stop, and then keep working at it. Or the other thing I can do, which is actually really fun, and once you get used to actually understanding the controls of this, is I can go here and then I can start doing stuff like this. See, so I can, and then I can set it to where it does small circles or it does large circles, depending on what I need. And I can just have it sit there and drilling in these circles, and then I can go back to my pistons and I can move it in, move it out while it's doing that, so I can have it penetrating while I'm doing my circular motion or whatnot. But we're gonna go ahead and call those pistons back in, and then we'll go ahead and stop our rotors, maybe right about there, and then we're gonna do our there we go. Yeah. Well, thank you for watching. I do appreciate it. If there's anything you'd like to see next or anything I can improve on, I'm always looking for development and efficiency. And yeah, so if you liked this video, please like and subscribe, and check out these other really cool videos by other creators. And thank you. Bye.